Hello everyone, and welcome to my first project video using the Wild Hare Kits. So August was my first month receiving a kit, and I am so excited to be experimenting with all the different products in the kit. So I'm going to be decorating my bullet journal, and I've already done a lot of the setup, as you can see, mostly just the monthly spread, this kind of tracker spread, and I used this Tombow brush pen, the number 533. I also made this August goals spread with space for a mood board, and then a weekly spread for the first full week of August. So now I'm going to speed things up and get to work using my kit. And if you want to see everything that came in my kit, be sure to check out my August unboxing video, which you can find on my channel here as well. So I'm using this black and white floral washi tape on the bottom of this monthly spread, and I'm just using my little ruler to cut it straight, and I just lined it up with the calendar that I drew out. And now I am punching out some of the patterned papers I received in my kit, and you'll see me kind of playing around with them. I'm not sure if I want them to be on some of the days as kind of a fun patterned accent, or if I want them all at the top of the month. And I'm also punching out some photos that I printed off, and I printed out a whole bunch to use on the mood board, so I thought I'd kind of incorporate them here as well to tie everything together. So this is what I was talking about, kind of moving them around, seeing how I want to use them. And I kind of decided that I wanted to leave the calendar blank for writing and everything, to keep that super functional and to just add decoration to the margins of the page. I don't end up needing like a notes section on my monthly spread because I really just use it to map out big events, due dates, birthdays, that kind of thing. And I do most of like my to-dos and things like that in the weekly spread. So I decided to put them all on this left margin, and I'm using a roller adhesive. And you'll see me kind of rearranging them just to see what I like best. And I didn't worry about lining them up perfectly with the 5 weeks of the month because they are slightly larger, and I think the way it ended up being spaced worked well for the page. And I'm just adding a cardstock sticker as a little embellishment on the solid yellow square, and to kind of tie it in with the rest of the calendar. So for this spread, I'm not adding much embellishment because it is super functional, just adding a couple of these sunny days cardstock stickers. And now I'm moving on to the mood board. So I'm using a bunch of these little photos that I printed out from Pinterest, and how I do that is I just save the image to my computer and then use preview on my Mac and print them 16 to a page for this smaller size. Sometimes I do 9 to a page for slightly larger pictures. I'm also using a 1-inch circle punch to punch out some of the papers and the pictures to add a little bit more variety and shape, and to just make the page a little bit more interesting and artistic. So now I'm just kind of messing around with the layout, kind of trying to balance the left page and the right page and all the little dots. And I know that I'm going to be adding like some little bits of journaling to this mood board, so I'm leaving some space for that. So once again, I'm using a roller adhesive. I'm currently using the Tombow solid one. And so for this spread, it's kind of part mood board, part goals. And so, so I just chose a lot of pictures that kind of inspired me and kind of had that late summer color palette and went with the kit a little bit. So now I'm adding some of these sunny days cardstock stickers, a little phrase, a little butterfly, and now I'm adding a few torn strips of washi to once again add a little bit more of a artistic feel. And so I'm using both the yellow patterned washi tape I got and the black and white floral that I used on the monthly spread. And I think this also helps tie together the whole kind of August setup in my bullet journal. And so now I'm moving on to the weekly spread, and I have this photo of my boyfriend and I that I want to include, and I'm kind of trying to decide how I want to incorporate that. And I decided that I want to do a tip-in. And so I'm trimming it a little bit narrower so it doesn't kind of overlap the whole page. And I also choose a patterned paper, and I'm actually grabbing one of the 6x6 papers that I got from the Wild Hare Kits, and then I grab a standard size shipping tag, and I am copying that shape in the patterned paper. Then I'm just adhering the photo directly to that so that I can trim that as well. So that way I don't need to do any measuring or anything. I'm just kind of roughly cutting around. And then I add a hole punch to mimic the tag look. And I'm also going to grab this reinforcement hole punch. And I'll try to link that in the description. But this will also give it that shipping tag look, and it also just adds a little bit of fun pattern to this tag that would otherwise be kind of flat. So it adds pattern and dimension and color, and I'm actually going to use a glue stick on these just to get a little bit better adhesive on them. And so to attach this into my bullet journal, I'm going to use washi tape on both the front and the back. And then after that, I'm going to add a couple little embellishments, and I actually don't really like the way it turned out, so I ended up kind of redoing the tag, just peeling the photo off. I did keep this phrase sticker that you'll see me adding, but the other sticker and doodles I add, I did end up removing and not keeping in the final version. And so I hope that shows you that just because you do something, you don't have to keep it. You can oftentimes like recut out something, reprint something, whatever you need to do to be happy with it. And so now I'm just adding a couple little doodles on this page. I'm just outlining that sticker to kind of make it pop out more. And I think that is it for this August bullet journal setup using the Wild Hare kits. I'm flipping through really quickly, but I will add some more finished photos so you can see how it all turned out. I ended up adding a few little hole punches to mark the events on my calendar using the patterned paper. And let me know if you'd like to see a full bullet journal setup, and I will try to do that next time. I hope you enjoyed seeing how this came together, and I'm so excited to share more projects with you using the Wild Hare kits. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.